Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to RME Psychology Presents our Let's Talk webinar series. This month's discussion is going to be choosing concentration. Obviously, for our reminders, can you just make sure that you keep your microphones muted? If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat bar. And of course, we're recording because this will be posted on our YouTube channel. All right, so I'm the presenter today. Hi, I'm Amber Sobak. I am a second year graduate student, and I'm also the graduate assistant for psychology as well. And just kind of a brief overview of what I'll be talking about today. Obviously, what is a concentration? Learning about the concentrations offered here at RMU within the psychology department, seeing if a concentration is a fit for you, the process of getting into a concentration, and the benefits of choosing one. So what is a concentration? So basically a concentration is an alternative track of courses within a major, accounting for at least 30% of major requirements. An example I found that I thought was a good way to explain this, a concentration in molecular biology within a biology major. An option is an alternative track of courses within a major, accounting for 50 to 80% of the major requirements. So basically, when you choose a concentration within a specific major, you are given an extra set of courses that surround that concentration itself. And obviously, to complete that concentration, you have to complete all those courses that are involved. So the concentrations offered here at RMU and our program, we have general psychology, clinical psychology, sports psychology, and industrial organizational psychology. So we have 4 concentrations that are up and running to date. So a little background on all of these. Our general concentration, basically this provides students with an examination of many of diverse subfields within the discipline of psychology. Students who choose this path can work with the faculty mentors to tailor their studies to the best meet of their academic and career needs. With that, you can do different things such as like forensic psychology, child psychology, gender psychology. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do with the general concentration. The clinical concentration, so basically this is a pre-professional program designed to prepare students for graduate training in counseling or clinical psychology. It includes content and theory as well as exposure to different like clinical skills through role plays and assessments. The sport concentration basically focuses on the mental side of sport and exercise, applying principles of psychology to improve athletic and exercise performance. Students will explore psychological factors that affect sport performance and how engaging in sport and exercise impacts a person's physical health and psychological well-being. So some of the focus can be developing mental skills, improving performance, working on anxiety within performance, depression based on injury and like early retirement, things like that. There's a lot that goes on with that concentration. And the industrial organizational concentration. So basically, this concentration is more focused towards the scientific study of working and the application of science in the workplace that individuals might face within their teams and organizations. Basically, you'll be doing business classes on management theory and organizational behavior to help within those workplace issues that can be faced. And to kind of find out more information on all of these, we have our website that basically has a whole rundown of all of our concentrations and the requirements and the coursework and all that good stuff that's very helpful if you do decide to take a look at our concentrations. So does a concentration work for you? So how do we know if a concentration is meant to be for us? Some things to consider can be having a specific interest beforehand in the concentrations that we offer. So say if like you grew up playing sports and you have a passion for sports, or you like watching sports, and you feel like that would be a good fit for you in our field, that would be a great reason to join sports psychology. If you want to get into like the clinical side of things with counseling and kind of doing that more hands-on work, the clinical concentration would be great for you. And if you just want to go the general route, we have general psychology. So basically, obviously, wanting to work in a specific population is also a major guide with choosing our concentrations. Sports is athletes. General can be a wide array of people. Clinical, kind of same thing, a little bit more in depth though. Then the general, and then the industrial organizational is kind of working in the workplace. So there's a whole bunch of different avenues you can take based on the concentrations we do provide. Obviously, wanting to expand your knowledge in the field, if you want to get more out of your bachelor's degree, that's a great way to do it. You're taking on those extra courses that provide that specific route of interest within a concentration. And obviously, wanting to further your education in the field, this can be a great asset if you decide to go get your master's or your PhD, because you can direct how you want to pursue those routes with having that concentration in hand, which is really nice to have. So the application process here at Robert Morris, it is important to note that there may be an application, just depending on the concentration you are interested in. It doesn't mean there always is or is as of now, because things have been very much changing due to the pandemic, and we're trying to find better ways to handle things post-pandemic life. So some things you can do to kind of help work you through this process if you do decide to do a concentration is obviously to talk to your academic advisor, because they can guide you through this process. They might be able to tell you whether or not if there is an application involved or not, because there might not be. And figuring out who's a part of the concentrations may also be helpful. So if you have any psychology major related friends that are in a specific concentration, they can be great resources to talk to see if it kind of is beneficial for you. One thing I do want to make note of, so the counseling psychology concentration is restricted to students who have been accepted into the 3+2 program. So if you do plan on doing our accelerated bachelor's to master's degree, the 3+2 program in counseling, that's something you do need to talk to your academic advisor about, just to kind of get a little bit more insight on how that would play out for you. So the benefits for choosing a concentration. Obviously, choosing a concentration can be helpful for a boatload of reasons, and whatever fits you personally is what's going to make it more worthwhile for yourself. Obviously, you can gain more of that outside experience working within that specific population. It could help as possible career paths. It could be a guide to take you somewhere you never thought you would go. It can look good on your resume, especially when you're looking into internships and kind of finding that first job once you get your degree, or like I even said before, trying to further your education. Seeing that you have that specific interest and you've taken the time to take on this extra workload in these courses can make you stand out from the crowd. And obviously it can overall help with your academic and professional growth and experience, because you will learn things you never would have thought would be applicable to psychology, and to see how it is, that's going to really help you open your mind professionally and maybe even personally, like knowing things you didn't know before and understanding how they all work. So yeah, is there any questions? No? Okay, and one last thing I do want to say, kind of leading in with the concentrations, I personally myself took on the sport psychology concentration while I did my undergrad here at Robert Morris, and it really helped push me forward within both my career and continuing on my education. My goal someday is to have my own private practice and to work with athletes in a very special population that I have kind of grown into being in the master's program here. So I can personally say that it can benefit you If you really wanted to. It's one of those things where I never thought it would help me how it did. I just thought because I loved sports, I grew up playing sports, it was going to benefit me in that way, but it has changed my life drastically for a good reason. So if you are thinking about doing a concentration, you can always reach out to me. Like I said, my name's Amber Sobak, and we also have our first year GA, Kira. And like I said, it's always good to talk to your academic advisors, mentors, and if you know who runs those specific concentrations, it's great to contact those people as well to talk about interest and needs. But yeah, thank you, everyone.